full core in the PL and the Clockwork. You know, I was looking for heroes to kind of try and keep up with the Clockwork. And they banned the Weaver, which tends to be a good hero in those situations as well. They could think about doing like a Venge draft, just because there's a Bat Rider and a Faceless Void.
Like a core Venge, or make it a core Jakiro and then support the Venge?
No, like a core Venge and do the PL mid, but then you don't know what your matchup's going to be.
Ew. God, Trent. That sounds terrible.
PL mid's good.
Well, depending on the matchup. Wouldn't that kind of put the Detonators in a pretty ironclad type drafting situation here? Well, they grabbed Tusk, so I guess it is
probably a clock off.
Okay,
could be the Jakiro for sure, theoretically. Yeah. But I think Sand King, Bat Rider. I think clock can be a core if Bat Rider's a core, because you'll just be matching him.
Yeah,
you know, like you're just gonna do the same thing he's trying to do, and you're gonna kill him if you catch him out.
I'm liking the Mega Aorus lineup just a little bit more. It feels like they have that big team fight chrono that they can, or a cooldown that they can fight around in the chrono, but they've also got a lot of spammable stuns. Like I've recently been gravitating towards drafts that have just a lot of ways to start fights. You know, a lot of catch, and this draft definitely has that. Every single hero has a way to catch somebody or get things going. For Detonator, certainly they have some good initiation and follow-up with Tusk, Clockwork, Jakiro. I guess it's hard to say they don't have a lot of initiation themselves, but I don't know. Just doesn't pack that same punch. I'm way more scared of a Sand King than I am of a Tusk right now. Maybe that's just my personal bias.
5 seconds remaining.
I wonder if they're gonna go for like the Vipe strat and just be like, we don't care what you pick mid, and we don't care if you chrono him. That wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, they could use somebody that has a little more carry power.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to go like Lena. Like, we'll give you the carry power, but she'd be so vulnerable to Sand King, Bat Rider, Void. I don't like that.
Yeah, Lena definitely a little bit risky. Was it yesterday that we saw that Lena versus Shadow Fiend matchup that was just like disastrous for the Lena? All right, they grabbed Tinker. So some late game power, but yeah, Queen of Pain pretty much right away from Mega Aorus. Lack of hesitation makes me think that they are pretty confident on the
they had a plan
there. Yeah, maybe they wanted her anyway, and now you've got all these initiators, and then you've got this big mobile core for the mid lane who can have that burst damage to follow up on Void, follow up on the Bat Rider. Also somebody that they can kind of leave alone against the Tinker and feel pretty all right about it. I don't know that Quap necessarily wins that matchup, but I don't think Tinker really wins it either. They both just annoy the piss out of each other in farm.
Oof. Yeah. Looks pretty good for Mega Aorus.
Yeah, I'm
not confident picking a Tinker into Sand King, Bat Rider, Void.
They've got a lot of catch. I don't know. I also just don't think Tinker is that particularly strong right now. You know, like the hero can work, but you need to make Tinker work by playing him very well or running it with a strat with like a Bounty Hunter or a Beastmaster or somebody who's got that crazy vision so you can spam rockets from the back lines and do all this stuff. I don't know. I think Tinker is far from easy to execute with right now.
Prepare for battle.
Well, we'll see how he does here. Lanes, nothing too crazy. You would expect the Bat Rider and the Sand King to work together when possible. Nice little dual off lane. They throw out their tips. Just playing games for the battle points.
Hey, tip for tip, baby. You know, I started doing that in my pub games. Start the game and I just tip one random enemy and go tip for tip, dog. They usually send a tip back.
Usually.
Not always. Sometimes they pretend not to recognize me.
Oh. They laughed at you.
That really hurts, Cumin.
I think Tusk is going to have a pretty good game. The only problem is that he wants to be in the bottom lane and he wants to be in the top lane. He doesn't want to be in the middle lane, so it's like big rotations for him. So he'll largely just be camping up top, I would think, because the Bat Rider and the Sand King are easier targets.
It is going to be a 3 Jakiro set up for the Dire up top, it looks like.
Isn't it crazy that they don't see you when you're in there? This is some next level stuff from Tusk.
It is crazy. These are some of the thickest little trees I've ever seen. Yaj blocks him out with the shards. Aloha, baby.
Dude, he's like, where did this guy come from? I just walked past this over and over. Now he's pinging it. He's like, what kind of garbage is this spot?
Yeah.
All right. Gonna be using that.
Good start for the Dire. Nice little pick off. And that'll be the Tusk getting that bonus gold. Clockwork down bottom, taking some damage, but also draining some mana, and giving them some cogs there to kill. So we'll call it a victory for the Dire across the board.
Dude, that's so sick to get first blood on Tusk too.
Look, he's got a stick already.
Get Orb of Venom. He's on his way towards Boots too. Like, jeez.
So do you think you rotate the third hero if you're Mega up to this top lane? Or do you stay committed to your 2-1-2 and try to zone out the Clockwork? It seems to be working pretty well. I guess Void's okay in that matchup, but he would prefer to free farm and have Willow deal with the clock.
Yeah, I think you really want to get the clock completely off the lane first and maybe give Void a level advantage, but it's not working because he has too much regen, although he has used it all now on the Clockwork, so they might be able to bully him out now.
Well, up top will certainly be fine for Abing on the PL. Let's check in on the mid matchup. Tinker versus Quap.
Oh, 69.
So obviously the laser, very annoying for Queen of Pain. She's not leveling up the screen. You can use that to try to last hit through the blind, but here she's just leveling up the Shadow Strike. Kind of recognizing that Tinker's kind of slow if he gets caught like that. Now back up top, Bat Rider. Set up on by the Tusk, but a nice stun from the Sand King might actually just keep Aloha alive.
Yeah, with the body blocks too.
Mahala.
Humble has the stick, so he's not going to die.
Nope, I don't think so. Now they're going to turn back the other way. Aloha. Oh, man. He gets clipped by that dual breath and the ice shard.
Baited.
Just
nice by the Jakiro.
Completely block him out. 6 stick, though, bud.
It was. Gnarly.
That's what the stick's all about.
Clockwork has not been zoned out in the slightest. Darkwood will now get a pull off, but...
Hey, Trent, do you remember the first time as a Dota player that you understood the power of the magic stick? I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
Because I had played Dota for years until I bought a magic stick. And then I watched one guy play. Seriously, I played Dota 1 for years and never bought a magic stick. Didn't know what it did, didn't care what it did, just kept on keeping on. I went to LAN Cafe and some guy was playing Tiny on Dota 1. I was like, hey, I know this game. What's going on, dude? And then he had a stick. I said, dude, what's that item? He said, what are you, dumb? That's a magic stick. It's like, well, what does that do? It's like, oh, wow, I see you're a big Dota fan. And he explained it to me. I said, wow, that item sounds really broken. He said, yeah, dude, it's the best item in the game. I can't believe you never heard of it. And ever since that moment, I think I bought a stick in, like, literally every single Dota game I've played. It was a really defining moment for me as a player, bud.
You really grew that day, huh?
I did. My heart grew 5 times larger.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
This Clockwork is owning. He's still in lane.
I was just watching him just drain mana down there. It's pretty...
Look at that. He just slaps it in the eye. He's like, yeah, get at me.
It's pretty good. This Void is actually a sad boy. But mid lane, Tinker finds a kill on the Queen of Pain. He went for the full burst build. 2-2-0 at level 4, and Quap could not take the heat. He gets tossed out of the kitchen. Now back up top. Some exchanging going about. 2 stacks of sticky on the Tusk. Abing able to jump up to the high ground. Sand King a little unlucky with the stun. He hits both illusions and not the real PL. Now without the Burrow Strike, they know he's vulnerable, but he himself has stick charges. The Dire, though, they're not going to be played a fool. They know the power of the stick. And we're back. 3-0, though. Dire, they've got a pretty good lead to get things started. Really, all of the lanes going in their favor. Up top again. Yeah, Aloha. Once you get hit by that dual breath, it gets tough. Tusk is getting a lot of sticky charges, and there has been a rotation from the Willow, but Dire still looking pretty darn good in this situation. They're just handing these stick charges away, Trent. A follow-up stun, though. They kill the Jakiro. It's a 2-on-2. Nice ice shards block out Dab. But maybe this will turn now in favor of the Willow. She's trying to finish off the Tusk. It just feels like she doesn't really do any damage. Snowball back across, though. Sand King dies. Yaj, you are one crazy bastard, but you will go down. Jakiro back, spamming fire on top of the Bat Rider fire. I think that's where this is going to settle down. My word.
Somewhere in the burning wreckage of the top lane.
Wow. Even
Meanwhile,
though it's 5-2.
Clock has gone to get the bounties and the bottle.
Human's still hanging in there in the mid lane for the Quap. The CS is still really tight between these two heroes.
Yeah, she's gone for that completely standard build, and then, well, really so is the Tinker. He's gone back now for the marches, kind of what you expect. But with how busy that top lane is, he's not going to have any stacks ready for him.
That is true. That is a pretty key aspect of the Tinker, being able to retreat into the jungle. He does have one stack of the hard camp. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a hell of a lot. Always reminds me of Storm Spirit, the way Tinkers usually play this next window. You know, PL also pretty okay in these situations against the bat. He just doesn't really care about the sticky napalm that much. The Spirit Charge, or the Phantom Rush, Spirit Charge, makes his life a lot easier. We'll see another fight break out. Snowball onto the Sand King. Willow into the Shadow Realm. And she'll be just fine. Now they stun onto the PL, but he's got a Doppelganger. He's got stick charges. Throws a Spirit Lance the other way.
Yeah, PL's just so legit in these games.
Yeah. Spirit.
He can work in these tri-lanes. As he said, he gives absolutely no cares about a Bat Rider.
It's such a crazy spell. It's like, here, just have some agility. Oh, you're far away. Just run at him. Just get closer. Pretty badass spell.
Pretty cool.
Phantom Rush. I need to say that a few times. Spirit Lance and Phantom Rush. Well, Tinker heading into the jungle.
I was talking about Doppelwalk. Remember how cool that spell was? Like, yeah, it was really annoying to play against, but in concept, that was a cool spell.
That was the one where PL just goes invisible and just creates like a seamless illusion. So
Yeah.
you don't know when he actually goes invisible. Yeah, that was
a sick skill. Like, that was a cool ass skill.
I always thought, I was impressed at how seamless it looked. It really did look perfect. Yeah. No other spell quite like that. Tusk missed through the disjoint onto the Shadow Strike. Looks like he's going to be able to TP out. Ah, it's a cursed crown for you. See you later there, Yaj. Now up top, Bing. Taking a lot of heat. Does have a Doppelganger. But follow-up stun from Sand King. This time it connects. Burning from the Bat Rider, but do they actually have the damage? Firefly still has plenty of duration left. Only level 1 Doppelganger, so... yeah, low on options once he gets outside of the tower range there. Jakiro, is he going to get dove? Oh, Void even finding a kill in the bottom lane. Finishing off the clockwork.
That's worth though.
They're going to dive this Jakiro, though. He's got 5 stacks of sticky, now 6. Look how much damage that Flame Break does. Bat Rider just hops in, gives him a little love tap, and that's 3 down on the Dire across the map, just like that. The Mega Aorus is... there's the lead, Trent. Look at that Sand King stun. On point into the Bramble Maze.
Clock's coming, though. Give him the hook shot.
And so is the PL. They're definitely going to get the Sand King here. He's... no, maybe not. He burrow strikes to the high ground. Now Willow gets scouted. Does have some stick charges, though. Also a cursed crown, but shards are there for the Sand King.
What? He has no flare.
Like,
it went for 2 in the cogs.
Literally no flare. Wow.
A bold move.
Well, they're still going to find
for the lane, which kind of makes sense.
It's going to pay off all right here. The Shadow Realm, not so great against Power Cogs. First crown comes out. Oh, nice stun on 3. Beautiful ultimate from Cumin. That was picture perfect there, Trent. Curse crown on 3 as Willow dies, and then Queen of Pain just cleans up.
All right, this has made me confident that I will never take 2 points in power cog just for the lane. That whole situation would have been completely avoided if he just had flare so many times. I mean, actually, you know what? Screw that. They even had a ward. I'm sure he should have went for some hook shot on just like the Sand King on the high ground or the Dark Willow on the high ground. I don't know why he kept waiting. Like, I'm sure there could have been a better opportunity there for the Clockwork instead of hooking under a tier 2.
Lasso, this PL, he's got a lot of stacks now. Doppelganger gives him a little reset, but Sand King's there with the stun, channels the Epi, and uses it on the illusion. Well, that's a big time bummer. That happens to the best of us, but now stun on 2. Dual breath from the Jakiro. Another stun on 2, but the other way. It's Human that's joined the party, and Abing getting low. Cannot finish off the Bat Rider. Will pay with his life. And Radiant will now make the retreat with just one more kill under their belt. Tinker getting some space in the jungle to farm away, but it's coming at a big-time opportunity cost. Quap is just dominating these side lanes now. #1 on net worth, and the team at large is over 3K net worth ahead. Well, 2K. It's a pretty sizable lead for 10 minutes. Control is moving the way of the Radiant. The sad boy down bottom, I mean, he's almost got a Mask of Madness. He's not a sad boy at all. Look, he's stuck in the cogs. He's a happy boy.
No, he's a sad boy. We don't have a lot of mid heroes that rotate right now. It's so many like static people, you know? Like even Death Prophet's probably the one who rotates the most, and she's historically pretty static and will still sometimes just like sit there and tank the tower. But this Queen of Pain is, I feel like she's everywhere. I think she's down
Protosphere!
Easy.
I told you he's not a sad boy.
Queen's having a great game.
Hell yeah. My man Cumin. I hope he's a chef as like a hobby.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Making some fat cumin dishes.
Why a hobby? Why not professional?
Well,
you can have 2 jobs.
Because he's a professional Dota player. He's killing Tinkers all day, baby. I'm talking about Mountain Dews, baby. Look at that. That was pretty tight. You have to admit, Trent.
Yeah, I think he's talking about Mountain Dews.
That was a really nice solo kill. He exactly knew his limits. Willa. She's going to bump into the Humble Bundle. In comes Yaj and punishes 14-14. Meanwhile, up top, Abing goes down. Looks like a classic lasso into Epicenter combination.
I think they just never leave. Like, I like that Bat Rider has gone for the drums. Not opting right into the blink. In fact, the Sand King is getting so much farm because they're dueling. Sand King almost has blink. He has a blink dagger. That's insane.
Jesus, it's 13 minutes.
Wow.
I mean, he is 2-2 and 5. So yeah, I mean they've gotten a lot of work done. They've killed quite a bit. It's not the most surprising thing, but again in this mid lane, Tinker in Strug City. Cumin, more like pepper, am I right?
No. No.
No.
Not like this.
Is ESL Birmingham on? Did I just connect the dots?
Yeah, it is. It's on.
That makes sense.
Good day for Dotes, guys.
Yeah, it just occurred to me that I'm going to miss half of that tournament because we're casting MPGL.
Yeah. Look, it still hasn't started, guys. You can still be here, okay? I'll let you know when it starts. Don't worry. EG, they're all still just testing their keyboards. Oh. Same with Fnatic.
You know, I almost bought a new keyboard yesterday.
I need a new keyboard.
Well, so I had a revelation where, well, I shouldn't talk about brand products on here because I don't know who sponsors
We'll get it
this.
in the break.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, we'll jam it into the break. Yaj, oh my, they're gonna turn it around. Cumin getting low. They won't be able to finish him off. The Urn's gonna kill him, dude. He's gonna tick down.
Oh no.
Oh jeez. That was a really awkward little exchange there, and that time he just didn't quite have the resources.
My bad.
But this is all space for the sad boy, and his farm is looking pretty good. I like that this Void is not going for Battle Fury. I like that he's going like, guys, I want to fight. I want to do damage. I want to be combative. I want to not die here as the hook shot comes in. Chronosphere defensively used. Snowball. It's immune to time. Now he is indeed the sad boy that his name would have you think. Another time walk back up as Yaj continues to pursue. Cursed Crown, Ice Shards, Ice Path, rather. All of it. It stops the Sand King from initiating, and after all that, it's just a chrono down, and everybody lives to tell the tale.
It's always hard to know if that's worth it, is a Void. I think the fact they committed like 4 heroes made it worth it to try and kill him. That it was okay that he used his chrono and got out, but sometimes you do that and you're just like, oh man, I wish I had chrono back. But he's still building it towards his Shadow Blade, so I'm going to call it a win for him.
Yeah, I think the itemization he's going, this is that really delicate window where he kind of just wants to farm. I think you think of that ultimate as, hey, let's get a free kill. If not, cool, I'm going to save it. Last option, I'm just going to use it to live, guys. I'm going to keep on farming.
Yeah.
And now this tower gold is starting to stack up as well. So Quap and Void getting a lot of income. It is just going to be an Orchid first item from the Queen of Pain. Get a little bit of control, a little more damage.
Maybe a Yule's next, I think, could really help her. If she wants something cheap, if she wants something bigger, the Lincolns would be okay this game. But more so, just a BKB will probably be the choice. Yeah, definitely just BKB.
Hey, the Lincolns. Bat Rider working
I
on
think
the
PL
Blinky.
should just go diffuse a Lincolns. It is 100% a Lincolns game for anyone who wants one on the Dire. And Sand King and the Queen of Pain, Orchid, and Lasso, like, it is a super good Lincolns game.
You know, you make a good point, my friend. Get behind that Lincolns. Hey, Trent, you know I got Ancient 1 yesterday.
Did you? From all of our grinding things?
Uh-huh.
Or from solo?
Well, I ranked up from a solo win, but it's from the party thing. Apparently, those tokens, like the tryhard tokens, were broken. Did you see the headline?
Yeah,
about
I
that?
guess so. And they were supposed to give 100 each, not 40.
Yeah. So I woke up and was just like, oh, my party queue is just 100 MMR higher now. That's kind of cool. That's never happened to me before in the history of Dota, where you just wake up and have 3 figures worth of MMR extra on your account that you didn't know existed. You know, that's a unique feeling as a Dota player.
Oh, Void's going in with a Shadow Blade, but they already have a Sentry.
Yep. Is he going to be turned on? The Snowball coming in. He's already got this Chrono back. It's going to be a freebie on Yaj, it looks like, even without the Chrono. Cursed Crown. And still able to smack him even over those Ice Shards. Nice kill here for Mega Aorus.
Man, I'm impressed that he held
Still
that.
can fight.
Like,
Yeah.
everyone would just dump that Chrono on a lot of times because you're worried about some sort of like initiation.
Like you
maybe
think
you're
it's
about to
bait,
get lassoed. Yeah, that was weird.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess obviously he's not getting lassoed, but you think you're about to get, you know, X spell, hook shot or something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep, and he still got Chrono, so they get the tier 1, and they will continue to hunt. They
going
ping
for the
out
Tinker.
and they go, hey there, Nazjo. How's this
Sand
epicenter
King.
treating you? Well, Yaj takes the free setup. And whoa, Queen of Pain.
Mahalo. My bad.
Tight. It was one of those weird moments as an observer where I went, I don't think there's a reason for me to be looking at you right now, but nope, yep, you used the ultimate, okay. I'm with you. But yeah, apparently some people had used a lot of tokens and they woke up and are just like, yeah, I got plus 400 MMR today. Could you imagine that feeling? You go to bed 4K and you wake up 4,400.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
100 is a lot, though. That makes me want to play more of those token things. I'm in, dude. Anytime you want to play some token queue, Trent, you let me know.
All right, we'll get on it.
5K party, here we come.
Now, if we were in a token game right now, and you were this Clockwork, how would you win the game for us? You've already bought a hood.
You guys have
what are
already
you
trusted
gonna do
me to
this
play
game?
off-lane position 3 Clockwork.
Yeah, come on. How are you going to win this game as this Clockwork right now?
Okay, let's take a look here. Let's do some math. Let's press F5. Let's look at some inventories. They're gonna smoke up here, it looks like. And
I mean,
smokes are a good
who's
way.
ruining their game right now?
I think it's the Quap. So I think the idea of like shutting down the Void is pretty much a lost notion at this point. Void's past that line where they can easily, reliably kill him, and they just have to play around the Chrono. But the Quap, she's at this make or break point where if you kill her first a couple times in these next few fights, that snowball's going to start melting. But
There's
we'll
a
hold that
snowball.
thought as they're going to go in onto the Sad Boy. A nice terrorize. Void able to time walk out, though he is pretty low. Might still be able to bring him down. Lasso on the backside grabs the Jakiro. Still Void first to fall, make it a 1-for-1 as Cumin starting to clean up on the back line. Uh-oh, the Clockwork. Come on, Clockwork. You need to live. I live vicariously through you. Queen of Pain blinks away, and now the snowball to interrupt the Willa. Locked out. Bat Rider gets brought down, and Trent, they are making some big steps here.
They were down 7K at like 20 minutes, and they just won that 3-for-1. That is absolutely massive. And shout out to the Tusk for being the only hero who brought detection, or else that Void would have got away. But he popped that dust, and he was going nowhere.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I am oddly impressed. They just don't have enough tools to control the Queen of Pain. I think that's part of the problem and why she was such a good pick here. Because they just don't have enough conventional lockdown. But to me, she's the one that's the big problem. BKB is coming out next, and it's the perfect choice in this game. They already can't lock her down. Now she can just jump on the Tinker and stand there. He can't do anything. I'm not sure how they're going to deal with that.
You going to try this?
Yep, there's the solo chrono, and I think it's going to be a solo kill. Sand King just coming by, first front row seat. Hey, Void, thanks for the tickets. Mayweather was good, but this was better.
The 100 time lock damage paying off there.
Yep. I don't know. I think if I was on the Dire team, I'd be like, guys, I want to draft next game because Tinker was a dumb pick. I think I would be slowly degrading into a toxic teammate. Right now, Maut would be playing that PL, and he would be screaming his ass off.
Now that is accurate. No, I don't think the Tinker was a bad pick. I think Tinker's having a pretty good game.
I think Tinker's doing okay, but I think the way the drafts were set up, Quap was a very, very good final pick, and I think she's been in the driver's seat and will continue to stay in the driver's seat, especially the way she's itemizing. I think the way these drafts are set up, Tinker is forced to play a much more reactionary game than you would normally want to play as a Tinker.
Yeah, but look, the Queen, she can't come into this fight yet. She needs her BKB. They're going to get this tower. That's going to open up more map space for Tinker.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. No, they got a tier 1.
Dude, this game is slipping away. They're going to lose.
They might still
carry
lose.
This.
But that's not because of Tinker. That's like an execution thing. You know, that's playing around this Tusk and Clockwork and Jakiro. Like
yeah,
that last fight.
Why didn't they trade for mid or top, Andrew?
Why didn't you trade for mid or top?
Why? How come when there's 5 Dire heroes bottom, they couldn't trade for the mid tower or the top tower?
The tier 2s?
Yeah. Why couldn't they trade for either tower? The creeps were like almost there.
Well, because they're afraid of Tinker.
And because Tinker's been pushing out these waves nonstop.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying Tinker's useless. Like, what are you doing? Never pick Tinker. But you think Tinker was the optimal choice here? Like, imagine if that Tinker was a Viper right now. You know? He could have really slowed down this Queen. No way, dude. They could have actually picked up some momentum.
Nah.
So, all right. Let me frame it this way. That big fight that shifted the tides, the 3-for-1. Do you think that was brilliant execution from the Dire or lack of execution from the Radiant? Because I think it was lack of execution from the Radiant.
Yeah, sure.
Big time.
But
so sure, they're back in this game. I don't think they have an awful draft, but I don't think it's like, oh man, good thing they've got Tinker. They really won that fight. It's like they could have had any mid hero there, and Mega just fucked up and gave them back that advantage. But
yeah, but now they
Quap's
have a
got
hero
BKB.
capitalize on that advantage. If this is a Viper, Viper's just not doing anything right now.
Oh, dude,
This
Viper.
is 3 minutes of Viper doing nothing.
Viper would be pooping right now. He'd be farming. He'd be fighting. You remember those rotations where Quap was just shitting on the side lanes and Tinker was like, guys, I can't do anything. I need my boots of travel. Viper would have been like, guys, we're killing this Queen of Pain, and then we're pushing towers.
Right. All the control the Viper has to kill a Queen of Pain.
I mean, you know, you got your Tusk, you got your Jakiro, you got some control there. Your Viper is just lobbing in the poison. All right, we'll see. We'll see if Tinker does anything, Trent.
All right.
Well, he's already done a little bit, but we'll see if he continues to do things. I
hope he buys a scythe.
I think this Quap BKB is the game changer. You know? Like that, when you're saying, oh man, Quap can't do anything, she doesn't have BKB, it's like, yeah, they got a tier 1 tower out of that. I'm okay with that. Now she's just going to do whatever she wants. They have no answer. I mean, you got hook shot, I guess. Okay, that goes through the BKB technically, but I wouldn't necessarily call that an answer to Queen of Pain magic immunity.
True.
But we'll see. A lot of pressure on Cumin right now. If he does not execute, Trent, I will completely
thank
agree
God.
with you.
This Tinker had a Dagon 5 queued, and I was gonna lose my mind, but he has shifted back into a Scythe, so it's fine. We're gonna win.
Oh
All
my
he needs
God.
is Scythe, and this game's over.
All right, here we go. Up top, Humble. Now he gets caught by the Sand King. Nice epicenter initiation there. I would have laughed so hard if this Tinker just like rushed Dagon from here and then died and they lost. Yeah, I would have just that would have been a very satisfying moment as a caster.
Yeah.
Double damage on Void, and wow, it's almost like that rune is real dumb when it spawns outside of the Roche pit. I'm salty today, Trent.
It really is though. Like
It's so
I don't know.
stupid. The fact that that just happened. You know, how do you fault the Dire for that? Like, oh yeah, you didn't look in the pit for 15 seconds there when a rune happened to spawn that is, you know, completely lucky and broken when Void happened to walk by with his stupid Shadow Blade. It's just a slam dunk. Maelstrom coming up next. Okay. I actually really like the way this Void is itemizing.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's a great balance of damage, initiation, survivability with the BKB.
And it's all in tandem with his talents too. Like he can go a little bit lighter on the damage early on with just the mask and the Shadow Blade and the BKB.
Yeah.
Is under attack.
Uh-oh, hook shot. Queen of Pain. Oh, she's in trouble. There's the BKB. She blinks back. Now, can they turn or do anything? I think she'd be happy just to live as Sand King. He's looking to TP. It's going to be close, and he makes it. All right, there's the 10-second BKB charge. Not great.
I think this Batrider's had a bit of a rough game. He's not really caught up much since the laning stage.
Yeah, he started out so good. Like the first maybe 7 or 8 levels, it felt like he was all over the place, and then he just kind of fell off. That usually it's like Batriders get their Blink Dagger, and that's when they woke up. But he was more activated by his drums, and then he went passive to farm the Blink and just never turned on the offense again.
I think it has been a intentional effort from them though, because they've just had this like Batrider farming a lot, flipping waves.
They found the Void. They dust him, but he BKBs. He jumps in with a Chrono, connects on 3. They finish off the Tinker first. Now the follow-up Fear.
Wow,
Curse
nice
Crown going to
combo.
be there on Yaj. This is just picture perfect from front to ass. That Cumin comes in, and what do you know? There's just no answer for the control and burst damage of the Radiant.
That terrorized into the 2-man burrow was so sick.
It was pretty tight.
That was one of the coolest Dark Willow combos I've seen.
Yep.
Damn, they were just like running in a perfect little line, and now she's got like 2,400 gold. He could buy a Blink Dagger. He could buy a Yules. Ooh, that's a tough call. I think I go with the Yules.
Willow came out big. All right. Well, a little high ground siege. How you feeling about
Also,
that Tinker,
that
Trent?
Chrono. That Chrono was real good.
Yeah.
I feel like that you're playing against Tinker, so until you take a tier 3, the game is very hard.
Are you playing against a Void or wait, what? Oh,
You're
I
playing
see.
against
For
Tink?
Radiant. Yeah, okay. They can hold high ground forever on the Dire. Yep. I just have no faith. I also just hate Tinker. I might hate
True.
Tinker more than Techies.
I ban Tinker every game, not Techies.
Well, I think that's a function of Techies isn't that. Tinker's way more popular than Techies. So
Also true.
it feels like I don't ban Techies anymore because nobody picks Techies. I feel like it's maybe 1 out of 30 games or something I get him.
Yeah.
Which to me feels very manageable.
And I don't even think Tinker's that good. I just find him annoying.
Yeah, I stopped banning Tinker too because I used to just pick Spectre anytime somebody would pick Tinker. That was my go-to. It's pretty easy. You just buy a Diffusal and press R. And then just spam click on Tinker and tell your team to kill him, and usually they can figure it out.
Ooh, that Void's out of mana. They might get the Aegis here if they want to commit, but...
Oh, don't worry. He's
There's
got
only
the
a minute
Aquila.
left
It's
anyway.
gonna... No, never mind. Thought that regen might kick in there, Trent.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, I think he's dead again.
I think he's real dead again.
That was a nice ice path. He just comes back, instantly dies.
I thought there would be rotations in time to save him.
I
There's, like,
kind
a
of thought there
Terrorize
would
ready.
be too. They're just...
Yeah, I was like, yeah, he'll get the Aegis, but everyone's going to be here, right? This is just a ball of death.
I think they sort of expected him to live maybe for another second or two and not just get insta-gibbed after coming back to life, given that he had BKB and Shadow Blade. But that's the ice path. There's really no window to pop the BKB there. Lasso, nice little fake out from the Bat Rider. Grabs the Clockwork, sets it up for the Orchid and follow-up damage. Now Curse Crown on the Jakiro. Terrorize as the tier 2 tower falls. So they do get a pick on the Clockwork, but pretty small gain. Another one of these awkward matches here, Trent, where, you know, Mega keep finding the advantage, but they keep giving away little bits here and there. You know, right as they get that 10k lead, Void dies and they lose back-to-back towers. And they get the Jakiro in return. So I guess it's still a favorable trade for the Radiant. And speaking of BKBs, that's Bat Rider.
Oh, yeah.
The Manta Rider.
Tusk has found himself a Sand King here.
He sure has. And that Sand King is Dunzo.
Oh, man, he almost had that chrono. Oh, he's thinking about it. Oh, he didn't go for it. That hurts, man. When you're right,
So
but you just don't
risky.
do it.
So risky. Understand why you don't want to waste it there. The Hex is getting pretty close for Tinky.
You know what? When he finishes this Mjolnir, I legitimately think he should buy eggs. You know, he's not even going to do it. He's just buying the eggs. I 100% agree with this. Eggs
Okay.
is so busted on this hero, man.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
There was a long while where Refresher felt so much better than Ags because it was just, hey, you know, we need the double bubble to just win the game, die back, and that's it. We're going throne. But the Ags, the way they've tweaked that ultimate, it's like the Refresher just isn't sustainable in a lot of situations unless you're completely 6-slotted because you just don't have the mana pool for it.
No, not even close.
But the Ags gives you that extra mana, and 60 seconds is no joke. It cuts the cooldown in half.
It means you can go high ground, is what it means. Because you can get a kill, and before that person is respawned, you have the chrono back.
Right. And it also means that you can take those shots. You know, you're in the tree line, you miss it.
You can Wayne
go,
Gretzky
hey.
it.
Yep. Like, hey, guys, you know what? It's coming back.
You miss
Don't
every
worry.
chrono you don't take.
It basically just, I was going to say turns it into Bedlam, but Bedlam's still only 30 seconds. Level 3 Terrorize. There you go. You can see a little fight here. BKB used by Aloha. Abing caught by the lasso. Some follow-up damage coming in. That is one dead PL as Mega also lose their Willow. Aloha jumps up to the high ground, but the Chrono finds the Tinker. There's just one target that Void wants, and it is Stinky Tinky. A 1 for 3, soon to be 4. The snowball from Tusk gives him a little bit of a reset. He will TP into the tree line. Or blink into the tree line and TP home, but it's interrupted. And Yaj will
The
fall.
vision from the bat, and then the Yules from the SK, and that gives them the gem.
Well, Hex is up on Tinker.
Oh, Mega Aorus. You know, I was most excited when I looked up the Liquipedia for this tournament when I saw their flag, because it was the coolest looking flag. So I'm okay with them winning. I don't know any teams with elephants. We need an elephant here. Is there an elephant hero? I mean, Magnus is like kind of close.
No, Heroes of Newerth had Cthulhu. He was a big elephant thing.
That's Cthulhu.
Yeah,
Like the
Cthulhu
sea
font?
monster.
No, I don't know what all that Cthulhu lore is about, but he was an elephant. His name was Cthulhu Font, so it was like an elephant and Cthulhu mixed together.
Oh,
He had
I
little
see.
tentacles instead of a trunk, but he had like Magnus legs. He
That's
had
pretty cool.
skewer, kind of like Magnus. I think that was
No,
he
there's
had
that one.
he had a
There's
ability
the
called
new
Trample.
Magnus cosmetic that makes him look like an elephant.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, instead of like his centaurian nature,
But
whatever you want.
that
Well, I guess it's not
Cthulhu
centaur.
hero, he had like, I don't remember if it was exactly skewer. I think it was called Trample, but he could just like run people over. He just like charged, and if he hit you, you got stunned. And people used to do that in combination with Dazzle because you could like push him into creeps or something and then heal bomb him. It was one of the real cheese dick combos.
Love it.
Yeah. I like elephants though, Trent. They're really cool animals. They're my second favorite animal.
All right. Is your first one like horses or something?
No, it's giraffes. Hey, giraffes are cool, man. They're so friendly. They just walk around eating plants all day. And they also don't sleep. Well, they sleep a little, but they can't lay down for more than like an hour at a time, or else their head will lose circulation because their necks are so long. They got to keep their head upright. Yeah, dude. What a dumb design for a body.
That's a sad existence. All right, we have a Heart PL, we have a Scythe Tinker. Is this game over or what? All right, we got the Queen.
Tinker almost gets caught by the lasso, but instead they go for the Tusk. And there's the Chrono setup. Sad Boy is just on point. Every team fight gunning for that Tinker. They pick up a quick 3. Bing runs away. And Owa, I think that's an onomatopoeia for ouch, I'm dying.
I missed the hook shot too, sadly.
I think that's how you say ouch in Swedish. Ow.
Ow. Well, I think
this one's over, dude.
I think so.
I think I called it. Tinker did nothing. All right, he didn't do nothing. Tinker did very little.
Tinker delayed the game, and then once he hit the Scythe, they could not execute the fight. He hexed that Queen of Pain. You saw how ridiculous the range is because he has the Aether Lens, but there was no follow-up. She was way too far away.
Yeah.
He needed to wait till she initiated or something.
You know, when I was a kid, Trent, I had a little stuffed giraffe that I carried around.
Oh, yeah.
So that was what started my affinity towards giraffes. And then in my formative years, I learned that, you know, when it comes to tattoos, if you see somebody with a giraffe tattoo, it's supposed to symbolize having a different perspective on the world. Because on the savannah, the giraffe is the only tall animal. So they see it different than all the other animals that are down on the ground, you see. They're the wise watchers. So I thought, how perfect. I like giraffes anyway. And if I were ever to get a tattoo, that sounds right up my alley. Oh. That's what we call a cosmic coincidence.
And so, have you gotten a giraffe tattoo yet?
Not yet.
How do we make that happen?
Once I make $1 million, I'm going to get one on my forearm.
Okay. Deal.
If I never make $1 million, then I don't know. But, man, I hope this Bitcoin really goes somewhere.
I'm all in on skin coin, personally.
Are you? You're still on the skin coin?
Yeah, me and OD Pixel.
Oh, okay. You guys
we're
are
deep in skin coin.
We are deep into the skin coin, let me tell you. If skin coin was smart, they would just pivot it into some sort of porn coin. They don't even know what they've stumbled onto. That's the buyout that they're hoping for, I think. It's actually wild that skin coin is a legit coin with like a $2 or $3 million market cap. That's how ridiculous crypto is.
Yeah, it's something.
It's something.
All right. Well, man. 16K lead, 37 minutes. Well, let's be real, folks. It's unlikely they can pull this one back. I'm gonna lay it on you straight, but it's not impossible.
What does Dota Plus say? 87.
Ooh.
Wow, they're very generous.
I would agree, actually. Yeah. I don't know. All it takes is one mistake. Like, we had that fight in the Radiant jungle that went pretty poorly for the Radiant team. And if this Void just dies, he just gets hexed and dies.
Yeah, but now
that's possible.
Yeah. But he's got buyback and Aghanims. Like, that's the thing. They're just itemized so safe. You know, they have to, like, force this Void to die back before they even have a chance at threatening high ground. There's still two tier 2s standing. 17K.
Maybe the Aegis and the cheese on Queen as well, which is pretty brutal.
Yeah, like, plus she's got the stinking Lincoln and the BKB and a Shiva's. She's gone like the perfect build as well. Like that perfect mix of defensive and aggressive so she can get kills, but not easy to man up on. What's her 26 armor?
Wow. That's a lot of armor.
That is a lot of armor. For an
Thanking has 8.
You know, I have another anecdote for you there, Trent.
Okay.
Carlo just went to a rugby tournament. He was gone this past weekend. He was in Montana for a thing called Maggot Fest.
That's quite the name.
Yeah, I know. Big rugby turnout, though. Apparently, there were a bunch of Canadians there.
Really? We do love our rugby.
Montana's pretty close to the border, you know.
Yeah. All those prairie folk.
Yep. And Carlo told me that every Canadian he met, he said that Nova Scotia was Halifax was his favorite place in Canada, and they all asked them if they knew a guy named Trent.
Yeah, and how'd that work out for him?
None of them knew you.
Wow, that's weird.
So, just FYI, your brand in the prairie fields is pretty lackluster, my friend.
Phooey.
Phooey.
All those prairie dollars, man. All that sweet, sweet farmer money. Not coming my way.
Yeah, fucking rugby, man. I'm not into it. I don't get it.
You know, whenever there's curling tournaments on, curling is huge in like the prairies and like, well, I mean, it's flat as hell. But literally, there's not really other sports for them to play. I mean, they could play hockey, I suppose, but curling rinks can fit way more.
Is it really popular? Are there like
very
curling
popular in the
commentators and
prairies.
whatnot?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, why aren't
And
you
so,
casting curling right now?
Whenever you watch curling, all of the ads are directed as if you lived on the prairies. It's so funny. There's like tractors, like every second commercial's for a tractor, and then it's like all the corn commercials for the different like breeds of corn or whatever.
So they're literally like, hey, this is our targeted demographic for Canadian
seriously,
farmers.
It's so good. And then there's farmersonly.com, a classic. Farmersonly.ca, of course, for farmers dating website.
Farmers only. It's like to sign up, you have to type in your farming credentials. Just like, how many tractors do you own? How many hours have you spent mowing?
So much John Deere, dude.
That's so funny.
It's unreal.
Oh.
Bat Rider's going in. He got one.
Dude,
He's fishing.
he's showing off that BKB lasso. He grabs Humble, and this time the chrono, it falls a little short. The Sand King's like, bruh, what are we doing here? What was that? Now I'm left behind. It's a pretty nice terrorize from Willow. Noble effort. But, well, that was a biff.
That was a major biff.
They biffed it.
They don't have the Aegis anymore. That's it.
Well, I know how to get another one. Luckily,
You can
I
find
know
one,
the
can't you?
guy that knows a guy. Yeah, maybe just trying to force it a little too much there. Bat Rider had just picked up that Aghanim, so I think he was really hoping to style and find that tether. And unfortunately for him, it did not happen.
Yeah, there's actually still some issues. Like, you think, okay, so we just grabbed Jakiro. Why aren't we just backing and hitting the tower? Well, if we sit back and hit the tower, we're going to get spammed by Tinker. And we don't really have very good tower hitters, unless our Void's going to be, like, super on the tower. You would think you'd want the Queen, who's a little bit back there. But if she gets hookshot, does she just die?
Who's the Quap?
Because, like, they don't have a Force Staff. And then that'll be enough time for the Scythe to come out from the Tinker.
Well, you know who's dead? This Clockwork who's also carrying the gem. He was invisible, thought he might be invincible. And it turns out that Willow has a gem of her own. And oh,
How
look, it's a
about Tusk?
chrono. See you later, Yaj.
Clock's still alive, by the way.
Yep.
Just saying.
And Willow died and bought back. So this has actually gone the other way. He is going to end up going down, though. He's pretty isolated. I don't know where the second gem went. There's gems all over the place.
There's his
Willow-
there, and then Dark
Willow
had
got
the other
hers back because she died
Yeah.
and dropped it, picked it up again, and there's a gem here that they're pinging out. Okay, so that ends up pretty good for the Radiant. Very sloppy. It is still a gold gain, despite Willow buying back. Minimal loss for her. But losing that gem actually hurts quite a bit. That was your map control for the Dire, and their one ward that's outside of the base is probably going to expire pretty soon here. The Liar will
gone for
perspire.
the Queen of Pain, the Scream Fear. I wonder if she should have went for Spell Block. Kind of surprised she didn't. I feel like that would have been really good this game.
Spell block with the Lincolns.
Yeah,
The double
then
block.
that blocks Scythe and one.
I mean, you have Willow on your team. Are you sure it wasn't a lore choice?
I'm thinking that must have been it.
I'm actually not the biggest fan of the Quap Fear. I feel like she's one of those heroes where sometimes you don't want them to just run away from you like that. You know? Like, it's really good defensively. If you're defending high ground or something, it's incredible to get them out of that choke point. But if you're the aggressor, you know, you jump in on 3, you scream, and then you want to drop the ultimate. Sometimes it's not the dream that you're hoping for, and you kind of would have wished that they were just stuck in one place.
Usually it makes them move in the same direction and allows you to hit all 3. So you can blink into the middle of the 3 heroes, scream. They all move at a pace that allows them to all be lined up towards the same area.
The
and then you can
keyword
ult
is
them all.
usually.
Sure.
Usually that's the case. But I've also seen it do some funky stuff where they kind of delta
Oh, wow,
split
that's a
on
fast Roche.
Yeah, it sure is. It's gonna
It
be
was like
almost
12
immediate.
seconds.
I guess my point is the spell has a little bit of variance. You're definitely right. The intention is that they're kind of lined up so they can't delta split, but
Yeah.
I don't trust
I
it.
hear you. I've seen it screw up.
I don't trust it.
I don't trust those newfangled computers.
I really don't. Awa. Oh, that's a dieback for the Willow. BKB's coming out, but the Tinker, he gets caught again. Sonic wave from the Quap there. It's actually not going great for the Megas. They're getting destroyed here, Trent. That Macro Pyre did way too much damage. The cheese gets eaten. Now Quap has to blink away, but I forget about
Tusk
PL.
found her.
It was the Jakiro.
Well, we'll see what the fight recap says.
We are. We're going to see what the team fight recapping. Okay, it was the PL. Fuck! I wanted that dual breath to do as much damage as it did in my head.
It was only 4 times the damage.
It was only 4 times. It was all PL. PL did more than everyone else combined and then doubled it. Well, all of a sudden, the Radiant are in a huge problem. Willow does not have a buyback on cooldown. Sand King just doesn't have enough gold. Void does have one. The Chronos come back thanks to the Ags, but he does not want to buy back here. A tough decision to make. Still down for 40.
Man, when Clock is punching the tower, you know you want this thing down.
Yeah. Well, they get the tier 3. Do they actually get the barracks, though? Walrus punch onto the Quap as Cumin jumps in, but the tethered lasso on 2. Can Bat Rider get him into the tier 4s? Well, maybe just a little bit. The BKB gets popped, and Cumin is starting to toss out the right clicks. Awa looking to TP home. Willow is respawned. Curse Crown gets dispelled. The Bedlam, it does a little bit of damage, but the Terrorize gonna fall short. Now the Tinker brings down Quap. Down goes Willow. Buyback from the Quap. They're going to hang on to the base, but Radiant starting to toss away this lead.
Should Void have bought back?
I think so. If you don't have the Aghanims there, okay, maybe not. I don't have Chrono.
Yeah,
There's no reason
agree.
to. But when you have the Aghanims ready, I think you do. He just pops the Chrono here, and oh no. That's not what you wanted to do. From sad boy to mad boy. Guys, what's going on here, huh?
Falling apart.
Jeez Louise.
One botched Chrono going high ground. And suddenly the game just gets so much harder.
I mean, they went from having this one in the bag to just tossing it away, and now, I mean, if they kill this Quap and Dark Willow one more time, that's pretty tough. I don't know. Third Roche, who grabs what? Aegis gets picked up by Abing. Refresher.
It's
Actually goes
currently
the way
on the
of
clockwork.
Okay.
But I think he wants to give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Like, surely even Jakiro feels better. I don't know.
Double Macro Pyre in those kind of fights is pretty good. Pretty mana
You know what?
intensive.
Actually, he might be the best person. Just because he is the double hookshot for the queen. And PL doesn't have a BKB.
I guess that's true. 4 seconds of just straight disable. Pretty good. He's also almost got an Aghanims, though. I mean, you know, back-to-back hookshot is not the same as 12-second hookshot, but still. What a weird game. Let's take a look at the gold graph.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like a hat. This game's making
Only
me
you could,
hungry.
I just double-checked to be sure, but you cannot stack battery assault, sadly.
That
so
would
if
be
you were to
so
use
stupid.
What?
Having 2 stacks of battery assault, so you're effectively hitting at 0.35 interval. That is stupid. That would be
if it worked. That
the
would be
dumbest.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad it doesn't work. That is.
I mean, you're a clockwork that has a refresher shard, though. Like, surely that should give you something.
Yeah, you get to use battery assault again after it's done. Congratulations. You get 100% uptime on battery assault for 2 rotations. That's still pretty good, because then you can use a third one after that. I don't know. I mean, there's a couple mechanics that are like that. It's like Necro Book is like that. You know, you don't get 2 sets of Necro units. It just refreshes the cooldown, so if they die, you can resummon them right away. There's a few others like that we were talking about.
Yeah.
Like DP's ult. Can you imagine?
Yeah, but then there's some that do work, like Razor's ulti.
Yes, but I think those are the exceptions. Most things like Queen of or Death Prophet ult. Imagine you just had double exorcism. It's so stupid. Razor's is different because I think it's single target and it's like designed to be Ag's Refresher is a build on him that lets him be a crazy sieger. It's part of the design of the hero. Everyone else, it just breaks the design of the hero.
You can do it with a Diabolic Edict. Done that a few times.
Double Edict?
Yeah. Because you have the talent that makes it like dumb as hell. Then you get a refresher, and you can melt a Rax in like a quarter of a second.
That one's pretty dumb. That one I could see. It could land on either side of the coin. Because my gut would like say, it's just Edict. It's just kind of a regular spell. Who cares if you really stack it? But you could make that same argument for Battery Assault, and yeah.
All right. Well, we've made our way back to the base. They never ended up taking Rax here, just the tier 3. They've lost their shrines because of it. No surprise there. Oh, we're just getting some vision. Okay.
The defense we go. Radiant taking their high ground. Still very difficult for the Dire to actually take these aggressive fights because of how many initiation tools Mega have. These guys should try to get sponsored by that Mega upload website. It'd be a perfect sponsorship.
Yeah,
they
can call them up.
Already got the tag. I'm pretty sure. I think it's just called Mega now. It's not even upload. It's free branding.
Wait, you're right. Well, Queen has 2 minutes and 40 seconds till her buyback's back. She also still needs the gold. And then Jakiro has 500 gold to go.
She needs a lot of gold.
Abyssal. And buyback. Damn, that's a fat PL.
Pretty wild item combination he's got here, but seems pretty darn good. I'll switch the defusal over, but
they missed the Aegis window, though. Gonna dissipate here in a minute. In a hot minute.
Yeah. This is a smoke. Uh-oh, clockwork. They find him. Orchid. No chrono going to be needed here. No teammates inbound, and he will pop. It's Bloodthorn also up on the Queen of Pain, so they have no more damage problems. Bing. Not going to be able to use that Aegis, but the chrono comes down, and Void probably not going to have enough damage here. Quap on the high ground trying to do what she can as a buyback from Clockwork comes. Breaks up the fight.
Oh, the hookshot save?
Bing still very low, but able to make it back to the high ground. They kill the Sand King first. Hookshot not going to be on point that time as Quap hit by an Ice Blast. Links back to safety. Sand King does have a buyback here.
It's all on clock, man. He's looking for the angle.
BOT's in.
Everyone's in his way.
I think they're going to make it back. Wow.
Wow, that was an excellent buyback hookshot from Owa. He just saved that PL from having to use buyback.
Yeah.
I think he got it with like under 300 HP. And yeah, he's buying a BKB instantly. He's like, yeah, I think I might need that, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, I kind of thought PL was dead for sure there, but the evasion doing so much work. No MKBs. Really no way to deal. You can see Void has it queued up.
Oh, from the back lines.
Whoa, it's a 4-hero chrono. Shakiro's on the outside, though, and this sad boy might get turned on. The Hex from Tinker finally coming to fruition, but he gets off the Time Walk and the BKB. They kill Bing, and now this fight is actually turning in favor of the Radiant. Yash is going to get left behind, and the other two looking for the retreat are going to struggle to find it. Jakiro TP's home. Bat Rider looking for Awa. Hook shot. Reinforcements on the way. I think Bat Rider should be fine. Nice use of the Flame Break. And just like that, a buyback on the Sand King will end up yielding almost a team wipe And this topsy-turvy game swings back in favor of the Radiant as Bat Rider picks up a refresher.
Damn, I didn't get to see the first fight recap, but I'm pretty sure Queen must have done all the work there.
I would
He's
imagine
hitting pretty
so.
damn hard in terms of the damage that this force.
All right, 2 buybacks now, Tinker and PL. And the siege is done. God damn it, I hate Tinker.
What a hero.
Oh, God.
Although, to be fair, that was mostly Macfire.
Oh, that fight, it was mostly the Jakiro. God damn it. Wait.
Oh, there's a DD outside Roche. Let's see how long till he spawns. Oh, don't worry. Dark Willow took it.
Nope.
There's only 20 seconds left on it anyway. And 30 seconds.
Okay, it's
till
another
Roche.
fast spawn timer. I think Radiant, probably, as long as that Chrono doesn't get wasted, they still have control in the Roche pit. Oh, my.
Oh, Dark Willow pinged it.
Slow and steady.
Let's see if he stays for another 10 seconds. Oh, you got an illusion rune. Perfect. You can just leave one in the pit. You can just leave one in the pit at one of the most crucial moments in the game. No, they're going to leave Dark Willow. Okay. Oh, but the flare too. Alrighty. Everybody knows.
But what is the play? This is like the potential game-losing moment. You look at the buyback status, and if you're Dire, you are scared right now. Jakiro is the only hero on your team that has gold for buyback. Tusk is close, but you're thinking about that in the back of your head. You know that they're in Roche, but you're also thinking, guys, if we get caught here, this could be bad news. Look at this from the Sand King. Beautiful positioning, breaks the smoke, forces a BKB out of the Tinker.
Tinker, no, he switched his soul ring to where his BKB is, and then I think by habit he hit his soul ring, and he fat fingered his BKB.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay,
Yeah.
I thought he saw his smoke break and used the BKB because he thought he was going to get jumped on.
Don't think so.
Okay.
Pretty sure he just fat fingered it. Maybe I'm wrong though.
Well, Roche falling reasonably quickly. There's the Clockwork Flare. Sand King trying to be that target that absorbs the hook shot. And Dire, it seems like they'll just let it go. That's Roche 4, so Aegis Cheese and Refresher. Obviously, Refresher going the way of Void, who also now has the MKB. And he has so much money.
It would be pretty shocking if D were able to win this game now. The old Detonators.
The Detonators.
This
One.
definitely feels in the bag for Mega.
Well, it's felt that way for about half an hour now, and they still... I mean, look at that gold graph. 20K lead. Ah, shit, guys. What are we doing? Ah, it's okay. We got it back. No worries. Let's see if they'll do it again.
Invisibility. Haste.
Well, something incredibly stupid might have just happened at ESL.
What? Oh, God.
Yep. Well, you'll be seeing that one later. I've been periodically checking in. They just backdoored and won the game. They just backdoored an Ancient with an IO Morphling with full backdoor protection on tier 4s and a Ancient.
Are you serious?
That's lame.
They backdoored through protection all
Yep.
the tier 4s and the throne. How? How long did it take them?
Like 15 seconds.
I guess the Morphling was that stacked, huh?
Yep.
Wow.
That seems kind of lame that you could just do it through. Why isn't it just invulnerable? Anyway, Queen of Pain, the one hope for them to maybe win this game.
It sure is. BKB used by the Tinker. There's the Chrono. They'll catch the Tinker, and he is dead without buyback. Now Abeng trying to take this fight, but it's tough. It's turning into a couple of different skirmishes. The Tinker, or pardon me, the Void actually brought down. He will have a buyback, but Abeng starting to clean up this fight. Void will buy back now. Jakiro putting in the damage. That'll be the end of the Aegis. Aorus running a little bit low on resources, but Batrider, don't forget he's got the refresher. There's the second lasso. Abing completely locked down, and that's the end of the PL. With the buybacks coming, Radiant have the extra reinforcements, and it's starting to look like this game could be theirs. All the buybacks coming out. Yaj will get brought down. It's 3 dead. He's got the buyback, but still a 5v3. Tinker and PL out of the game for a full minute.
Wow. I actually can't believe that. Hard game. Hard game. I thought they could do it. Tinker in the PL. So close. No, it was a very well played game for the Radiant. Honestly, they kind of had this one in the bag, and then it was just a difficult uphill, and then
yeah, not a perfect
four-man
execution.
chrono. No, but they got it in the end.
Yeah. But they brought it back twice. It almost felt like 2 victories in a way when you look at that gold graph.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
Chronosphere comes out
definitely feel
again.
like they're team-wise, they feel pretty even. So I'm still looking forward to game 2.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Detonator's need a win though. They're now 0-3.
Yeah, that's a rough way to start out this event. Well, game 1 in the books. Man, that was a 60-minute match. Nothing notable about our scoreboard here. Big damage on that Quap, as you would expect.